All right, now let's do the breakdown of the movie, the fight scene, shall I say. Now this is one of my favorite fight scenes in the movie, and boy, it I was at the edge of my seat when they did this one. I don't know if Zack Snyder watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z and anime to choreograph some of the fight scenes, because he, especially after 300, this dude knows how to do fight scene well, or action well, to an extent. Yeah. I don't want to talk too much. Let's go. Let's get into it. And Zod's theme song as well.
Where is it?
Go to hell.
What? God damn!
Why do people always do that? When someone lifts up another human being, why do we need to see how far off the ground they are? If you can pick up another human being, doesn't matter how low or how high.
Does not compute.
Just switch to the next scene where she breaks or he breaks, and that's it. But to show the feet how high off the ground, so look how high. Not many people can pick up human beings easily unless you're a very big guy and pick up a small person. But when you're depicting an alien or a superpowered being picking up a regular human being where he or she doesn't have any problem with their weight, I don't think the camera needs to focus on the feet to see how far off the ground the person who's being picked up is. It's a thing I don't like in every movie I see, where a superhero or supervillain picks up a person where he knows he's super strong and he can pick up a car with a pinky. Then you show how high off the ground the person is. It's weird. It's a weird shot.
There.
No shit, Sherlock. Feyora too doesn't waste time. Loyal to the cause. But I love her body language, her mannerism, the way she just, the way she tilts her head at times, softly spoken but yet stern. Yeah, this actress did a great job with Feyora. Did a great job.
The Codex is not here.
Damn. It's a good thing Superman is fast too, because you take them a while to get that house rebuilt.
Yeah.
Where has he hidden it?
I don't know.
Where is the Codex?
You could just about hear it in the distance as well. That Mark 5 or supersonic supernova burst was like, what? You come to my mother's house? Are you okay? My mother's house? You can hear it in the background. It's like a boom tube opens up for those who have watched the Justice League series, when you know the sound of a boom tube, and you know what I mean when I say boom tube. Ooh. This is the only thing I don't like about Zack Snyder's depiction of this version of Superman. Is this collateral damage and no care for it. I know Superman is pissed here, and I know he's trying to get the threat away from his mother. But there are about 4 or 5 people there. So you hit Zod, and Zod wasn't the one who touched her. Feyora was the one who touched her. But obviously Zod is the leader. Cool. I know when you're pissed off, you're not trying to figure out how many people are here. You're going for the one person who brought the squad here. Zod came with the squad. Feyora didn't come with Zod. Feyora is accompanying Zod. So I understand that you'd go after the first person who made contact with you and the planet, who called out your name. It's cool. But the way he just flew, I get that. It's, trying to protect mommy from this monster. But if you're trying to be tactical, you burst him away, you come back again and deal with the other few. Or I don't know, or you take your mom away from the scenario.
That's right.
But you just hit Zod and assume that mommy is okay with the other Kryptonians. They could have even flipped the lid, like, hold on a minute, you just hit our general, our leader. All right, we'll just take your mother for ransom. That's the slight pet peeve. The main thing I'm trying to talk about is this collateral damage thing. Flying away with Zod punching him is cool, but I think Zack choosing to put the what are these nuclear? Is it whatever these towers are in the line of sight or in the sight or flight path of Superman is too much. He could have easily written it that he flew into the fields, and that's where they did the fight. But I think taking it to the town and then causing so much collateral damage is unnecessary. And I think maybe it's that Michael Bay-ism thing where it's explosion here, explosion there. You just want to focus on the main character versus the bad guy. And then maybe if his goons, or when his goons come to join him, then you bring in the collateral damage with the army and the navy and whatnot, whoever American special forces coming to fight the aliens, including Superman. That's when you add the collateral damage, because like, yo, whatever we do, even though we're going to, you know, a lot of things are going to be damaged in this area. We want to keep the fight here, concentrated here, and make sure we do our best to eliminate the threat. And this Superman, whoever he is, I don't care what this person is. These guys are aliens, and them. So that's where the collateral damage, I feel, could have come into play. But I'm trying to address the choice of saying when Superman flies and picks up Zod and keeps punching him and, you know, away from his mother, even though he's left his mother alone with 4 other Kryptonians or 3 other Kryptonians and a spaceship there, which they could easily pick her up and then kidnap her. That's neither here nor there. You didn't have to write the scene where he flies into these. Is this chemical plant? What do you call these towers thing? He flies into it because now this explosion could have killed someone or some people. But I understand he's enraged. He's trying to protect his mother. Fine. That's what I'm saying. Allow the character to do what he's doing. But you as the director don't have to write that he flies into the path or his flight path ends up into this part of the neighborhood. I think there are other ways to write this scene where it's still powerful because you're defending your mom. You want to do an action scene of fighting here to showcase Superman's ability to fight, and then the Kryptonians' warrior skills as well, and that's cool. Or you just fly there, knock Zod away, do some fast punching thing to the other Kryptonians, and then pick up your mom and get the F out of there.
That boy is good.
I just don't like when movies do, you know, over the top explosions in scenes where it's like, well, if you sit down and really look at it, if you rewrite it, we don't really need these explosions. This isn't soldiers versus soldiers. This is an alien versus an alien protecting his mom. The extra noise is not needed. We just want to see what it looks like when Zod comes against Superman for the first time, and we're hoping Superman will win the first fight because it's his first time. But this thing feels like a distraction. Oh my goodness. You see all this stuff. Whoever's in that car is probably dead right now, or they've broken something. They've broken something, and I don't even think the James Gunn Superman is going to be as strong. That's another thing I wonder if people are going to start talking about. How strong or how powerful is the James Gunn Superman going to be on release and eventually? Obviously, I don't think that they're both going to match the same strength, because I mean, in real life, I imagine both actors are the same age, Henry Cavill and Cornsweat, right? But in terms of storytelling, it looks like Zack Snyder's Superman is slightly older than James Gunn's Superman, based on even the looks and even how Superman is acting in the James Gunn's movie, where he's like, the way his mannerism when he was talking to Lewis, when Lewis was interviewing him, saying, yo, okay, let's say I'm the president of this nation and you came to my country to stop a war without my permission. The outburst that he expressed, the outburst he had, I don't see Henry Cavill's Superman doing that. Henry Cavill's Superman would have had more of a calm demeanor and response as to why he did that. And there wouldn't be an ego. You'd more or less be like, I mean, there are people who are dying and they're about to start a war. War is pointless, and if I can stop it, I'll stop it. If I can save lives, especially people who are dependent on me, why not? This isn't me trying to be rude to the president of either nation, and you know, either nation feels justified for the reason why they're pointing guns at each other. If you want to, you know, do a duel between you, president versus president, you know, get a private room. But your war is going to cause collateral damage and human lives, not just soldiers, but, you know, innocent people, innocent men, women, and children. But yeah, I bet someone is dead in that car. Or hopefully they were just paying for their gas before they came out and then boom. But that's a wide area of effect. Someone is definitely dead. And if no one is dead here, they are all lucky. They are all lucky. Yeah, it's going to take a while to rebuild that. Look at that suit, though. Just the texture on the suit.
Baby, come give me something.
The texture on the suit. This is, by far, hands down, the best Superman costume, man. Let me know in the comment section what you feel. I know you guys will have your own preference, but I don't care how dull the blue is, whether it's bright or not. It's I can't even talk. The texture is sexy, man. It's just sexy compared to the Cornsweat suit. My God.
What have you done to me?
My parents taught me to hone my senses, Zod.
This is the part I don't even understand. This is a bad guy who was common, and the way he approached Earth didn't seem friendly. There's no way I would give you a monologue as to why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. I would have taken advantage of this right now and just pummeled him to the ground.
Damn.
I don't know whether this is a Zack Snyder era or this is a Superman is a Boy Scout era, and because his intention is to protect and be kind and loving, he didn't need to give this exposition to Zod. Zod asking, what have you done to me? I don't give a shit. I don't care. I know what you're going through right now, and I would have taken advantage of this current predicament until backup came for him. You don't sit down and give this dude monologue as to how to hone in his skills now to then, in case you come head to head. Right now, I'm like, this is our first fight. And if I can kill him right now, I'll kill him or convince him to leave. So we can argue that Superman doesn't intend to kill him, fine. But I will not give you my secret as to what mommy told me, my daddy told me. Dude, you are hurting right now. I'm going to hurt you some more on top of your hurt.
Damn, son.
This is where, as much as I love this movie, I can sit down and break down certain aspects of the scene and say, what was Zack thinking? Is this a Zack Snyder thing? Or is this Zack Snyder trying to say, this is what, this is the way I want to express my Superman in this movie? Because realistically, this dude came to your mom's yard.
He ain't lying.
He came to mommy's home. So he doesn't care. And the way he spoke when he came, to this planet, you can sit down and say, well, we're not sure if he's a good guy or bad guy or what he really wants, but he came to your mommy's home. And he did it behind closed doors. That's the sneakish thing. He didn't approach you and nah. There's ways you can just observe a person and say, okay, that person has just shown me his or her true intention from their soul and their spirit.
Willingly?
Yes.
You'd even go there on your own. Like, let me go talk to his mom. Or maybe say, you know what, I'll call out to you, Superman. Meet me here specifically. Don't worry. I'm not going to come with my goons. You don't come with your people. And if you don't trust me, it's cool. I understand. I don't know. However way you want to write the scene or rewrite the scenario. Right now, having this conversation with this dude after you just flew him away from your mom because you were worried that something might happen to your mom, even though you left 4 or 3 Kryptonians there with her. This is the scene I didn't understand what Zack was doing here. Why would you give monologue or give tips to your enemy or to a potential enemy, especially how you just knocked them away from your mother's location?
He ain't lying.
So you don't even feel 100% sure that you can trust him. Otherwise, you'd have left him with your mom, but you knocked him out of sight and you damn near blew through a gas station and some chemical plants or whatever. And you're not even thinking of the collateral damage or how many people you might have harmed or killed. You're concerned about your mother, and then homeboy is like, what have you done to me? I don't know what you're talking about, Zod. Whilst I'm punching your lights out. Nah, this doesn't make defensive or offensive sense. If you're on the offense, take this dude down. Even if it's defense, don't talk. Let him ask you questions. What did you do to me? I don't know what you're talking about. What's happened to me? I don't know what you're talking about. He give you a headbutt.
Damn, son.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
Laser his eyes out or something.
Focus
Look at this.
on just what I wanted to see.
Nah, giving him too much heads up.
Getting everything. It hurts, doesn't it?
That felt like a cartoon we're back in school moment. It hurts, doesn't it? Yes, it hurts. Why would you ask him if it hurts, doesn't it? You experience it yourself, so you know it hurts. This is the time to kick. Look at how that spaceship came, because they're like, yo, our general is down. For all we care, he's about to kill him. That's a defensive move.
Get this man a shield.
When your general or your leader's on the floor, you hit with an attack or throw a spear or a rock or a hammer or something to push the opponent back, so you have enough time to pick him or her up from the battlefield. And that was a smart move on the Kryptonians. But homeboy here, yeah, fair enough, he never had any training for fighting an enemy. But he went to school, man. You know when someone has come to invade your location. You went to school. You were taught about invaders here and there. You were taught about Columbus. So you know when people have come to disturb your current location. You know how to, you know how to assess the situation. Till this day, I do not like that dialogue scene. Realistically, I will not give you any ounce of information. If your head is splitting, I'll split it open for you more.
What do you mean by that?
I will give you a migraine, guy grain, bi grain, all kinds of grains. You must be crazy.
Damn.
My mommy told me to hone in and perfect it and breathe in and count to 3 and then do and the mantra and breathe through my solar plex. Why are you giving him chakra tips? You're giving him chakra. And you don't do that. Let him suffer.
I like this one.
whatever he got hit with must have been really strong because he's not getting up. It's like he only stood up when the spaceship flew. The way I would be like a rabid dog, like, no, dude, he's struggling right now. And I know it's 3-on-1. Well, technically it's 2-on-1 because Zod is still whatever, and those guys have the helmets on. So all I need to do is smash those 2 helmets, and it's a gamble because again, it's 2 versus 1. I'm not really a fighter, but I'll do something. And even if I'm getting pummeled and I'm struggling with, landing my blows, I'm going to do my best to yank off whatever's on their face, both of them. So they're going to go through what Zod was going through and then pummel their skull. Just, this is what I was looking forward to seeing in the next iteration of Superman. Like, okay, how far can you push this guy? He's not really a fighter, dealing with the robbers and thieves and whatnot and bank robbery, whatever. It's basic. But now you've come against a force that is equally as strong as you, but with the added bonus of they know how to fight and you don't. So they think differently from you. And that reflects the whole, my mommy taught me how to, I get that. But this is someone you just knocked away from mommy's location. So this is, your brain registers this is a threat. Part 2. Part 1, he came into the atmosphere. I'm looking for someone, blah, 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 from my planet. He looks like you, sound like you. He's amongst you, but he's not one of you. So now you've outed my freaking, undercover where I was chilling. I was straight chilling. Now you don't let everybody know I'm here. That's not cool. So now I'm aware. I'm like, okay, that was not nice. Now what he did there, I'm suspicious. Then you're doing whatever you do and you find out that he's at your mom's location. So he's looking for something. So now your brain should be like, nah, whatever comes out of your mouth right now, I don't trust you. That means you're dangerous. There's something about him that feels a little bit off, but he has information about, where I come from. Maybe we can have a conversation to be like, you know what, wherever you were and you survived, this is a good thing. We can learn to cohabitate with these people on this planet. Maybe he could have had that naive, we could live together. I've been here for a while. I've not harmed them. They've not harmed me. It's impossible for them to harm me minus the kryptonite. And I've not felt this ego like I'm stronger than you, so I should break your bones and I'll be your god. No. So we can cohabitate with these people, and you can teach me more about our culture, things I couldn't learn, I was unable to learn because Krypton died. But now you're the extension of that information. You're older than I am. You knew my dad, so you can teach me about my dad. And, this matrix that I have or codex that I have with my father is only limited. But arguments, scenes you had, times and moments you had with my father when you were laughing, you might have played sports together, you might have liked the same woman or women in the past. Arguments you had, your differences, your similarities. Why did you like my father? What drew you both together? There would be so many things to learn from him. And that's how maybe Zod could have gotten Kal-El under his belt or under his wing. But still, I just feel, that moment giving away exposition, saying, my mommy taught me. And plus now this scene where he's on the floor, I'm thinking whatever he got hit with must have paralyzed him temporarily. Or because he's so shocked, he's still in shock as to this guy that threatened my mom, fine. But when the guy is down, kick him. But then again, you could argue that this is Zack Snyder's, way of showing that Superman or his version of Superman is not a kick a man while he's down thing or kick an alien while he's down thing. Yeah, I guess you could argue that, but still, I'm sorry, you at my mommy's house, there's no don't kick a man while he's down. I'm fucking your shit up. See, all here could just be a laser eye beam on Zod's face. He goes down, the 2 Kryptonians come to fight him, laser eye beam again, he pummels one in the face, takes off the mask, then the second one is not going through the migraine that Zod went through. Then he's now one-on-one with the third one. Eye beam, maybe if he gets headbutt in the face, his eyes get knocked out for a while, he gets flung around, runs to the spaceship, you fly, because you're both fast. And they haven't learned to do the flying thing yet per se. I could be wrong. I don't know if they had enough time to fly around. I could be wrong. But I'm just saying the urgency here. You have him one-on-one and you could have pummeled him instead of giving him that stupid monologue nonsense. Then you get hit by the beam from the Kryptonian spaceship. You fall down and you're about to get up to do another round and then they fly away. It's good when you do the scene fast and, chop it up nicely. But when you leave this long scene with Zod looking at you and you're looking at Zod, looking at you, looking at Zod, I'm like, okay, where's that urgency you had before when you flew straight into his gut? You dare threaten my mother? You flew into his belly. Like, are you mad? In my mother's house? Well, technically outside of my mother's house. Where is that same urgency now? It's like even when he flew through the chemical plant, the petrol station, he's just, no. That same, fury he had just died down quick. Me? No. I'm throwing bowls. Throwing them
Balls on them. When we Cadillac.
You see, ample time. There's so much ample time to just beam you in the back. But again, we could argue that Superman is not like that. He doesn't shoot someone in the back or punch someone in the back. I'm just talking about the urgency at which he used to come out and save his mommy. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm not saying turn Superman to a backstab or whatnot. I'm just saying, yo, this is a guy who flew from point A to B to protect his mother. Where is that same fire now? And why is he giving him monologue? Look, ample time. Then he stands up. What? Nah. You see, what's cold is, did they walk there or did they fly? Because this feels to me like they're still mastering their skills. Their strength, they figured out that they're very strong on this planet with this sun. But the flight thing, because by the time Superman came, took Zod away, that same flight speed, they could have caught up with him eventually. But them getting to this location now tells me that they took a while to catch up because they haven't mastered their speed or flight yet. They can zip and dash. They can do the dashing thing, but flying like Superman, I don't think they can do yet. But it still shows me their loyalty to Zod and, curiosity, like, let me test this dude out and see what he's about, because they could have easily gone into the spaceship. They could have left their location where Martha was and gone back to base. But coming here, that means they followed the trail of carnage. And so this is where they ended. Plus, they obviously saw where the spaceship landed and flew away. So this is where Zod was with this Kryptonian douchebag.
Damn.
He's trying, though. This is his first time fighting someone or beings like this.
Get inside.
No shit, Sherlock. Here comes the song. This scene doesn't make sense to me, right? I know this is the first time Superman is going to get shot at by bullets, but don't you think he'd have known by now that he can't be harmed by bullets? Or is it that because it's Zack Snyder's rendition of Superman, it depends on the kind of gun he's being shot at that he could be hurt? Because I just saw a clip of the Brandon Roth Man of Superman Returns, and he got clipped in the eye, point blank with a pistol, and that bullet got compressed by his eyeball.
Damn.
The bullet got compressed by his eyeball.
You serious?
And he stood still. So I wonder why he flew away from these Gatling guns, unless he wasn't sure that the bullets wouldn't hurt him. Maybe you get, yeah, this is the first time he's getting shot at. Never mind. I think I'm doing too much on that part. Yeah, he flies away. I don't get that. Maybe there's some kind of specific bullets that he knows might hurt him. Yeah, the bullet pushed this dude back, but didn't break his suit.
That's right.
Did he squish that guy's head, or is it me? I think he squished his head. Yeah, I think he squished his head. I didn't know that.
He ain't lying.
I didn't know that.
You serious?
Do you know how many times I've watched this movie? I did not know he squished that guy. Oh my goodness. That's cold.
As day comes and night falls, for the rest of our lives we'll miss y'all.
That's cold.
Go ahead. Request immediate reattack.